Video is entitled, Why Old Guys Like Me Love Rideshare Driving. And this video comes from an article which was released through the RideShare Guy. So I'm going to read just a few sentences from it to kind of get a flavor of the article. As the sun paints the morning sky with hues of golden ember, I take a deep breath, savoring the familiar scent of gasoline from the corner Arco. With a cup of Starbucks in hand, I prepare for the day's journey. My name is Jay, and I am unabashedly a rideshare-aholic. Okay, so in this video, I'm going to share with you 5 reasons that I say there are 5 main reasons why old guys like me and a lot of old guys like you love rideshare driving. And stick around, because at the end of the video, I'm going to share with you what I think is the number 1 reason we keep driving. Okay, so all that and a lot more coming right up. Hey everybody, it is Jay Crater with the RideShare Guy, drinking some coffee from Guatemala. There's a beautiful coffee shop in Roseville called Fourscore, like Abe Lincoln, Fourscore and 7 years ago. And I bought some of their beans, and it's quite good coffee. So I want to share a milestone. I finally broke through the 30,000 ride barrier. I had taken a hiatus for about 5 months, I think, and got right back on the horse, and I'm up to 30,189 as of this morning. And I'm recording this at 7:05 on a Saturday morning. Normally I'd be out driving, but it's pouring rain, and I do not drive in the pouring rain in the dark. So this weekend I am not going to be driving. I did get to the health club. I did my 30 minutes of the elliptical. I did my 90 crunches. I did my 20 minutes in the sauna, and I did my 4 minutes in the cold plunge. So I am alive and awake. Okay, so this video, by way of background, is about why can't I quit driving, right? What is it about driving, especially for older, seasoned guys like me? What is it about it that keeps us going? So let's get into it. Number 1, freedom and flexibility. Okay, now, I understand there isn't as much freedom and flexibility as there used to be, right? I used to have a lot more freedom and flexibility when I first started driving in 2016. But today, I didn't have to go drive. It was raining out, and I said, no, you know what? Nuh-uh. Don't need to drive today. That's freedom. That's flexibility. I'm going to share a quote with you, though, that shares the other side of our situation in our relationship with Uber and Lyft. Henry Ford alluded to freedom and flexibility when he said, any customer can have a car painted any color he wants so long as it's black. Okay? So, yeah, we do have some freedom and flexibility. And, if I don't drive early in the morning and I wait and start, say, at 9 in the morning, I know I'm not going to get as many rides. I'm not going to get as many airport runs. I know I'm not going to get as many tips. So there are certain constraints, right? But ultimately, we can choose what we want to do. And for those of us who have been around for a while, we really value that. We don't want to have a boss telling us, get to work, the 9 to 5 grind. So that's definitely a bonus for us. Number 2, social interaction. So we old folks, we still like the actual, conversations. We're not quite as attached to our phones and digital virtual communications. We like, and the exchange. And over my career, I've had some just amazing conversations with people. Every time I drive, if I go out for 4 or 5 hours, usually I like to drive about 5 hours, I'm going to have 1 or 2 conversations where I'm going to, feel something, I'm going to learn something, I'm going to be inspired by somebody. And these are the things I really look for when I go out, right? I want to be entertained, I want to be educated, and I want to be inspired. and I want to feel that human connection. So social interaction, that's a big one. Here's a quote. Tennessee Williams once remarked, "Life is all memory, except for one present moment that goes by so quickly you hardly catch it going." All right? And isn't that the truth? Let's go to number 3, which is staying active. Now, as we get older, it becomes a more difficult thing. Your body just doesn't respond the way it used to. Your mind doesn't respond as much as it used to. But by going out and actually driving, that stimulates, our brain. Talking to people, driving at the same time, working the app on the phone. All of this is very stimulating, and all of this actually keeps us younger and more vital. So that's a huge benefit, right? It keeps us, plugged into life. I know I have friends and they have quote unquote retired, and they kind of sit at home and they don't do a lot, but watch TV, and those folks don't last that long. The guys who, like me, stay active, stay engaged, love the work that they do, want to keep doing the work they do, don't see any time that they want to actually retire, they live longer and they seem to be happier. So by doing the rideshare driving, we definitely get those benefits. Okay, number 4, extra income. Sure, we may not do it solely for the money. We do it part-time. But, it's nice to have an extra, I look to make $300 a weekend, and that's some money. That's several nice dinners, right? A lot of things you can do with that. Right now I'm saving my $300 a weekend for a trip that I'm going to Thailand, and that's going to be my spending money. I'll have about $4,000 saved up, and that'll be spending money for me when I'm in Thailand. So, you can put a purpose to the extra income, or just, throw it in your bank account, whatever. Finally, number 5 is kind of this pride we feel knowing our city so well that when somebody gets into our car, we can, provide them with recommendations. When we drive the city, we know the city, so we have competence, getting from point A to point B, the quickest way. We kind of understand the traffic routes. We know all the best restaurants. We know, when I was driving in San Francisco, I knew all the tourist attractions that people wanted to go to. I used to love it when someone said, can I see Lombard Street? And I would love, Lombard Street is the crookedest street in the world, and it goes like that. I used to love it when I would say, "You want to drive down it?" And they would say yes. And it happened about 10 times. And, we would go down very slow, because there's a bunch of cars and tourists. And it was just quite an experience. And that was just something I enjoyed. If they asked me for a good coffee shop, I could make a recommendation. If they asked me for a good best croissant in town, I knew exactly where to send them. So having that familiarity with the city, which you can only gain through experience and being older, because you have, been to all these places and you've done all these things. That would be the 5th and final on my list of reasons why old guys like me like to drive rideshare. Okay, so what are the key takeaways? I'm gonna have another sip of my coffee here. I did tell you, right? It's 7:15 in the morning, so this is my caffeine imbibing time. Yeah. Okay, the number one reason I believe we like to drive is the social interaction, okay? The meeting new people, the learning things, right? I think we all as humans hunger to learn. And when we're out driving, we're learning about even more about the city that we drive in. We're learning about, gosh, the clouds, the weather, the stars, when the sun comes up, when it goes down, what people are up to, what events are going on. And of course, just the stories, I pick up a lot of immigrant women in the morning and take them to, usually they work in healthcare, and they're like older than me, and they just are like machines, and they always have an interesting story about how they came to America. And, I ask them all the time, why do they work so hard? A lot of times it's, they want help more members of their family to come to America. All of this is just, I think the number one reason is the social interaction. So there you have it. there you have it. There's my take on why old guys like me like to drive rideshare and why I am unabashedly Jay. I'm Jay, and I am a rideshare-aholic. All right. So thanks for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it and learned something about rideshare, about yourself maybe. If you have not subscribed to our channel, subscribe. Hit that like button also. That helps the algorithm so that more people can see the video. Go out and tell somebody you love them today. That's the greatest gift you can give somebody, I believe. So this is Jay Crater with the RideShare Guy saying thanks for watching. Take care of yourself. I'll see you next time. Be safe out there.